Really actually feeling Simplex on this one, mainly because Ninja's railgun. APG is a monster on Simplex, and then mainly legit just dominated the Simplex free-for-all. So I'm curious to see what APG does off the start, and hopefully we can see, you know, really how that I guess impacts the remainder of the game.
Right, I think, you know, unless BTH has a really strong counter, it's really likely that that opening rush is going to set the pace for the first 2 minutes. We're going to jump right into gameplay now, and this first POV that we're going to be jumping on with looks like APG, A Pure Gangster. We're going to be looking to see if he is indeed as aggressive as we expect him to be, as he has been throughout so many of the Halo titles.
Yeah, and I can't stress it enough, the guy is just the most efficient player I've seen in Halo 4. He's constantly moving. Takes his shots, sprints. Takes shots, sprints. Look at that. Look at that angle. Now that's something that. Oh my! Wow, that was. I have not seen that play yet. That was actually the best opening strategy I think I've ever seen on Simplex.
Yeah, that was nice. And let me tell you what that reminded me of, Ghost. If you think about Countdown, Team Slayer, the opening from Halo Reach, if you think about players always pushing outside for that rocket rush, what he just did to offer a new angle was almost as if he ran bottom middle, right, to that bottom ramp, and then totally threw off the angle. However, BTH's opening strategy by sending 2 guys, I mean, APG hit the first 4, but then you know, you can't 4-2 people in that time span. So a really nice idea, I think, from Warriors, but countered by an even better opening strategy from Believe the Hype.
Correct. And it was just pretty much flawlessly executed by APG, but at the same time, BTH, two people just overwhelmed him, so he just couldn't stop them from getting the overshield. So now they have the time down. You know, I'm not saying that Warriors doesn't, but we now know that Believe the Hype is can effectively prepare for the next overshield.
Right, and now I think one thing we might want to look at, I don't know if you guys have checked Ghost's Twitter, but we did have the picture of the sniper question mark.
Yes.
So maybe they don't know the overshield time. You'll have to head to Ghost's Twitter to find out what we're talking about.
Go to my Twitter and check it out.
Yeah,
the coach
just go look at it.
Just gotta go check it out.
Just go look at it. All right, now just over 28.5 minutes left in this match. We're still at 0-0. Neither team really establishing map control just yet, but you see quite a bit of noise coming there from Believe the Hype, as this room is actually quite loud, but we can still hear those players yelling 3 dead, 3 dead.
Yeah, it's been almost excruciating in the past 45 minutes to an hour or so here. And again, we're only early on in the stages of 44 here, so it's only going to get louder as the games continue.
Right now we're looking at Blaze, who you said has come back recently to play a lot of Halo 4 and prepare for this tournament. So, but he's met by 2 players that are goofy and legit. There's no way he's getting out of that alive.
Yeah, and Blaze is actually just an exceptionally talented player. He just brings this natural ability to shoot to the table, which is it's not very common to. And you know, yeah, you have players, you have the snipers and all that kind of stuff, but at the same time, oh my goodness, at the same time, Blaze is known for really just his shot, and also the little things that he does. Like he's been doing a spring jump since Halo Reach, and not many people are too familiar with that, but what it does is it gives you a 10% extra jump by effectively crouching and jumping at the same time and propelling yourself into the air at really a higher and quicker pace.
And right there, Blaze, had he not missed that shot against Goofy, probably would have gotten the out-BR, and then Goofy went on to kill Cloud. So it's crazy how much one play really goes for Eddie. That's a nice play there. Anyone who isn't maybe familiar with competitive high-level Halo, how much each kill really matters, right? How much just taking out one player on the enemy team could make a difference. And if you do happen to die, or if you do get outplayed in a scenario, it can really put your team really on the back foot and at a disadvantage.
Correct. All right, and it seems like Ninja's just got taken down with the infamous railgun. I know he's yearning to pick it back up and just making sure that no one grabs it. So we're going to see him most likely spawn after this and probably beeline right for it. And sure enough, he goes right for it.
Yeah, really nice nade there. Might be able to turn a 4 here as well, and just shy of the second 4 shot. A nice job there, but Warriors is up here 1-0. You hear Goofy yelling 3 dead, and also killing Maniac there. So he's going to try to get this pull. I don't think he's going to get out alive there. Probably if he had swung around there maybe a bit faster, he might have been able to drop front.
And one of the, for everyone watching at home, just a little tactic, a little tip that you guys can use is when you want to run the flag, make sure you're sprinting and maybe even jumping as you grab it. It will push you a lot further with the run and not bring you down to that slow speed that you're probably common to running with the flag normally.
Right, you can get a little momentum boost when running that flag. And it looks like Really nice place plasma there from Legit, as his team has killed 2. He's going to want to jump right in. And look at this. I mean, this is Legit in a nutshell right there. Not take, and I spoke too soon.
Oh my goodness. Normally Legit doesn't miss that, but that.
So what I was going to say was Legit jumping into the base window, about to clean up that 3rd player, right, and get the flagpole for his team. However, I believe that was Lethal on the other end of that battle rifle who punished him for jumping in the base.
Yeah, and we all know, like Lethal said previously, he is on fire today. You can look at the score right now. He's clearly leading his team with points, and they don't even have a cap yet. I think he's about 100 points ahead. So that just means that he's flat out winning with kills.
Nice job there. I mean, those 2 players Legit right there on the same page, both throwing a grenade to the player at the bottom. And well, it looks like Lethal almost gets the better of Ninja there. And some nice shots on APG, as you see, also not missing. So
he's playing unreal right now. There's something that I always like to say is there's you know, the gameplay back in the day from Killer N, from Tupac. They have this just unbelievable twitch in them, and they just look like everything is just going so fast. And there's certain players, you know, that reach that potential. Certain players that have that little adrenaline rush, and it gives them just that excitement in their screen. And Lethal, I feel like, has it right now.
Right. I think what we saw just now is almost the fact that he was able to turn his head so quickly, put 3 shots into 2 different players at once, and in a perfect scenario, his team should absolutely be able to clean up both those kills, right? But unfortunately, his entire team wasn't on the same page. Right now, you hear Goofy getting loud again. It looks like they're going to try to get a flagpole, but it's actually BTH and Maniac who has the flag out, but he does get taken out by Ninja, who has some help from Legit. So Ninja and Legit rolling together and not letting them push out this purple side.
Yeah. Well, Goofy is getting pretty intense over there. I'm curious to see what the Warriors has to say, so we're going to go with an Astro listening.
Top middle, top middle, top middle.
On our base, one shot.
I'm front their base. I'm behind flag guy. I'll kill flag. I killed him. Top pink. I'm on re. He killed me, top pink with rail. Top middle, front their base. He's going for it. He's front their base, weak. One shot.
They're gold, three guys, they're gold. Front the base, gold, DJ, front the base.
One shot, APG, front their base. Got one. Might be their gold.
Look at their ping, Back their base ping.
I don't see gold.
To their ping. Goofy's one shot.
They're gold on me. Their gold killed me.
Top gold now.
Top gold. He's a guy gold.
Our flag, window.
I'm looking at our window. Front our base. Is our gold one shot? Our gold one shot.
We just our flag also. Our gold still.
I'm looking at our flag. Another guy.
Our flag. Back our base ping again.
Our flag, Goofy. Weak our flag, Goofy. There's 2 there, weak.
Where'd he go?
2 dead.
Look in front. I don't see him. I needed our
perp, ninja. Our perp, ninja. Did we kill him? I killed ninja.
Our pink one legit.
Our pink killed me.
I'm behind a pink. Hold on. I'm behind a pink.
He's our flag. One shot our flag. Running at one shot. One dead.
Their flag shooting me. Their flag and pink 2 pink 2.
They might go for it. Might be our pink.
They were top pink.
Our pink, APG. Our pink, APG. He's our pink street. Watch out. Our flag. There, Bobby.
Flag one shot still.
Our pink.
I can't see him.
Our pink, APG. Our pink, weak, APG. He's top pink. APG, weak.
Pink with you, Chris. Oh, it's top pink. They're weak, our pink. Our pink to our flag.
Top gold.
To our flag. Another guy back our base pink.
Top pink killed me.
Look at top pink.
APG was top pink. Nice.
Top center got me. 2 dead. You're outside.
Top middle, dead. Gonna be our base.
Front their base gold. On gold, APG. Front their base gold.
I'm looking. Our front jump, ninja. Front our base, Ninja. Our gold, APG. Our gold, APG. 3 dead, 3 dead.
Our gold? I think this guy our gold. Top pink shooting me. I'm
2 dead, they might be on either fire. Bottom gold, maybe? Might be bottom gold.
Top gold now.
Top gold, legit. One shot, they're gold. One shot, they're gold.
Our pink to our flag. To our flag. He's going gold. I'll shoot flag.
Top gold.
I got peek.
One shot, legit. I got him.
Flag to one shot. Flag to one shot. Flag's dead.
Shot it, run it. Gonna be their pink, maybe? Watch back their base, pink.
Under the base, going gold. Under the base, going gold.
He's going gold.
I'm looking their gold. Watching their gold.
Weak APG with a shot. Their window, legit weak.
Yeah, legit. One pink.
Top pink.
They're flagging me.
Top pink. Top middle on me. One shot, top middle, Ninja. One shot, top. Dead. 2 dead.
Top pink and top better.
Where's he going?
Bottom gold, corner base gold.
Our gold. Legit's weak, our flag. One shot, legit. Dead. Our gold, Ninja. Ninjas are gold. Weak on flag. They're gonna rush me. Flag's one shot. Another guy under our base. 2 dead. Front our base, the gold. He's dead. 3 dead.
Watch their pink swans. I'm pushing top pink.
Weak bottom goal. He's weak.
Got it.
Weak, dead.
They're flag shooting me. I'm one shot. They're pink.
I'm on Re.
Bomb center on you. Don't be Ninja.
Bottom middle, Goofy. Dead. Pink one, kill me. Pink one. 3 dead. Last guy's legit.
Flag weak. He's going for gold.
Last piece, bottom middle.
Can we stop this, guys?
He's supposed to be in front of the base. He's supposed to shot from the base.
I got shot from flag. Top flag guy.
They're gold. R2.
I'm pushing gold.
There's only 2 dead. I'm nading R2.
I'm on the gold phase.
I'm nading R2 twice. Maniac, speak on me, R2.
L2.
R2's
The gold. 2. What's up, L2?
R2's doing.
I need a flag.
I got another shot. What's other flag after that?
I'm behind him. Stay alive.
One shot. That guy's one shot.
One shot.
Reload. One shot their flag. 3 dead. They spawned their gold probably. It's gonna be gold. He's like,
The purple already.
Play. I'll get it. Play.
Shut the purple blaze. Shut the gold. Watch the purple. They're gold. Top gold, guys. Top gold.
What's the purple? Top gold. Right here. I can't see him. I got him. He's dead.
R2. Bottom. 2 dead. I'm pushing gold. I'll see gold. Top gold. Top gold shot. Shut the gold. They're gold, maniac.
Two in the base. Five in the base.
R2 blaze. I'm going right now. I'm weak. I got it.
He went for it. What's that cloud? Top middle.
L2 one shot.
Hey, Cloud.
They're gold, maniac. I'm gonna shot him top purple. L2.
He got me in the gold. He's just sitting there.
2 gold.
Wait. Just wait. I'll play the fuck out. Just keep it.
I got him. There's 3 gold. They're gold. 2 top gold. The wrong gold on our side. If you kill one, put right.
Watch out, playing top purple!
Which side's here?
He's gonna run it. Maniac 3 flag.
I'll kill him. I'm weak, guys. We can flag. Yeah, I'm delaying. Right in front, guys. Pressure, please don't tell me. I'll do one shot on the race. He's one shot on the race. So our fresh up. Chill out. Nice, 2 dead. 3 dead. Let's fight. Run there. There's one goal on you guys. You guys on top now. R2. I'm behind him.
That was gonna be a time. Jump out at him. I died.
Leak the fight. Watch the goals. It's next minute.
Oh my god.
They're going shot lethal. I'm behind him.
Watch out. Nice.
I'm behind the base.
Top goal.
Shut the base. Please look out. He's on the base. He's on the base going purple. Right now. They're purple. He's coming out.
You got top purple.
Trying to kill gold. You guys are together.
I
I need it. Please, I'm pushing him.
Bottom middle, please.
Watch out, there goes loud!
Please speak bottom middle right now.
Where's five?
Bottom purple. There's 2 guys.
Okay, and we're back. Bravo alongside Gosayama here. Just over 16 minutes left in the match. That means 1 minute left before we reach the potential sudden death overtime. We're watching Ninja's point of view right here on death screen.
We'll see if he can protect this flag, which is sitting outside of his base, but it looks like BTH able to get a flagpole, so Ninja's trying to get control of that top mid, but gets the kill from the Grave. That's a huge kill that might help his team get this top goal control there.
Yeah, and what that did was, it not only got that ultimate kill, but it just caused someone from having a power position and potentially get an overshield, but Blaze just picked up Obi. They're going to need to return that.
Right, if you try to get that return, let's see if Blaze can get there. And it looks like
Blaze
that flag
got absolutely destroyed.
And it looks like that flag will reset right there. So now 30 seconds left. Both flags back at home. That means only 30 seconds left of defense for Warriors here, and they will take game 1 of this series.
Yep, and so we're still on board with Ninja. He's doing the best he can to make sure that no one comes into his base and grabs the flag, as we're also watching Goofy really just waiting patiently at the front rim of his base, making sure that no one grabs this flag. They don't want it to go to the overtime, and sure enough, Goofy he got a nice kill on Cloud, but just couldn't take out Lethal.
Right, and right here, it looks like Blaze just trying to get a desperate last attempt there, but if this flag does reset, we're only 6 seconds now, excuse me, from that flag resetting. That will be the end of the game. Let's see, I believe it pops in right now, and you'll see that game will be ended right there. So Warriors takes game 1 of that series. They're on their plan against Believe the Hype. If you guys are just joining us, welcome. You're checking out AGL 7 live from Knoxville, Tennessee. We have some of the best Halo players and teams in the country here competing for a $5,000 first place prize. So I want to take a look at some of the responses we saw on Twitter. Several of people. We have Nady Poo saying Warriors in 4. Beast Mode saying Warriors is going to take it. Straight Prodigy saying Warriors winning 3-2. So a lot of predictions that this game could go to either 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, and right here, looking at the stats, we have Ninja going absolutely off the wall with those assists. He went +6, but also had 23 assists, clearly ahead of the rest of the pack in the entire game in terms of that. And then also we have legit, logging a +7 bomb, also, really just doing great things for his squad.
Right, and Lethal, actually the only player on Believe the Hype to go positive, also tied for most assists on his team. So as you said, doing a ton of damage in that game, really putting as much effort as he could forward. But when you get outslayed to that extent, it's very difficult to go ahead and actually win the game at that level. So Warriors takes game 1, and it looks like Abandoned Team Slayer is going to be game 2.
Yes, and Abandoned Team Slayer, again, what we talked about a little bit earlier, was just it's one of the slower paced games.
Right.
We just saw Simplex, CTF, extremely fast paced, and Warriors is one of those fast paced squads. You have APG, you have Legit, Ninja, and even Goofy. He was a little bit more camping in the end to secure the win, but at the end of the day, they're all just a run and gun type of squad. And with Abandoned coming up, we can definitely see the pace turn, and the tides of everything can change. And one of the things that Gandhi and Maven and we always really highlight is just how big of a win game 2 is. The Team Slayer it's really almost like a swing vote type of deal.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I want to talk about that really gave, I think, Warriors that win was Ninja's play when that flag was grabbed on gold side and they started to run the flag gold. Instead of flank around and try to put shots on that flag carrier, Ninja jumps up on the front of his base and actually tosses that nade top middle, gets the kill from the Grave.
Crucial.
And even though they didn't get the overshield, right, Blaze still got the overshield, Warriors was able to push in and get that crazy last-minute flag return despite being 2 men down, did not grab overshield. Huge play from Ninja there. I say that's the play of the game.
Yeah, for sure. And it's very similar to Onslaught CTF in a way. I remember when you would spawn and someone had that top middle control and there's nothing you could do about it, and you knew you were going to get killed from every direction possible. You just had to throw that nade top middle. That was and if you hit it, then you know what? All right, cool. They can get this cap and we'll continue on the next one. But but by killing that guy top middle, then we had Blaze have to leave his top purple control, and we all know how imperative that is for any Simplex game.
Sure. I mean, and you look at that play, right? Whether it's Onslaught or whether it's Simplex, killing that player top middle not only gives you the potential to stop that cap, that gives you potential to get full map control immediately afterwards. Who knows, double cap, whatever. So I think when a player is, for example, if we look at Ninja's play, he could have easily swung around, maybe gotten that kill on the flag carrier. However, his teammates would be spawning purple side of their base and getting ripped from top middle. So the fact that he just had the discipline and the smarts to take out that player top middle rather than push the flag carrier, it definitely says a lot for his play style.
Yeah, and Ninja he's come a long way. I mean, I remember when he was just just starting out really in his infancy stages, and he was a solid player, but he was more so known for almost like his native play style, kind of doing that unpredictable move. I remember in Reach especially, he was very, very just crazy with the ways he moved around with the sniper and especially the grenade launcher evade. He was just so hard to determine where he was going to end up.
Right.
And now we have him making the right play. Like I can't say enough about that last play. It just changed the whole ending.
And right, another thing to highlight is we actually do have all players on Warriors also going positive that match. So when you see a match that's within one flag like that match was, that's not always the case, right?
Yes.
There might be a few players who are positive on one team, a few players who are negative on the opposite
Correct.
team, and vice versa. But when you have a team not only outslaying, but all 4 members going positive, big momentum boost, right?
Yes.
Everyone's on their game, everyone's doing their part. You know that when they spawned up, they made the right decisions, and it ultimately won them the game. So it's going to be interesting to see where your kill-death ratio is even more important if that carries over to Slayer for Warriors.
Yes. And another thing that Gandhi and I always like to highlight is, back from our experiences playing straight ripping, especially 2 legit, is one of the things that you got to do to throw him off his game is just get that little back whack in. I mean, the guy, he cannot stand the back whack. So something that
maybe even assassination if you have the time.
Yes, if you do have the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something that really throws him off his game, and we always use it as a momentum breaker. There would be plenty of narrow CTF games where we would be actually getting stomped by neighbor. He'd always have the sniper in one of the pockets, and meanwhile Elamite and T-Squared are pushing on your flag, and we would kind of just take the high road, or I guess take the low road, and go bottom middle in narrows, and then eventually wait in the lobby as
on the lobby boxes.
T-Squared would go in front of us, and we let him go away. Move along. Yeah, you guys can get top middle control, and we just give legit that back check. Next thing you know, you hear him from across the stage, and it just caused every problem in the world. So.
Yeah. I remember it was always, there's so many situations and scenarios in Halo where you don't want to push out after you see the first guy. Narrow's flag box camping is definitely the first one where you don't want to poke out too soon because then you get back whacked. That's a good example of how you have to play differently against different players, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we're totally seeing. Warriors coming out of the gate super aggressive. Going to be even more interesting to see on a map like Abandon that we know has to play, you can't just run around. Is what I'm trying to say. Sanctuary, even though these are Abandoned and ASIM, I think if we're talking about Team Slayer, right, Sanctuary, the Pit, they can play super fast, they can both play super slow.
Yes.
I think Abandoned also falls into that
100%.
category, right? Whether you have a team spawning Beach, Magic Tree, or Purple or Gold, you can easily push on those spawns and go on a huge roll, rack up 6 kills straight, or we can see it slowed down. I think that depends on who's playing.
Yeah, 100%. It really depends. I mean, I remember back in the early stages of the V4 testing, I actually had a shotgun out there instead of the scatter shot, and I saw Wolfman and a couple other players really just go back beach more often, and next thing you know, I replaced it with the scatter shot, and the aggressiveness kind of gets toned down a little bit. You know, you don't have people that are as confident with their guns, and then also pushing top gold, it's scary. There's a guy with a sniper there. He has his whole squad. You don't know where they're hiding, so it is a standoff type of map, but at the same time, you will see some players that they're just confident. They'll just either push ring 1, maybe they'll go main ramp, or just kind of flank through the purple trees.
Right. I think for Abandon, it's important to highlight. So I can tell you, for the Pit or for Sanctuary, there were certain times when you pushed on the enemy, right? For example, the enemy spawning in their court, under turret, or rock spawn. If there was a group spawn there and you had momentum or numbers, you'd push in. For the Pit, if there was players spawning in the court or the mauler or the flag, you could push in, and it was really a go no go, right? Either we're pushing and we're cycling kills, or we're not. Is there a situation in Abandon that you think, if you have one dead and an enemy is spawning somewhere, is there a situation that players should absolutely be pushing?
Yeah, the move that I like to make, almost similar, again, not just Pit, but Guardian Team Slayer, another game type where you get the one kill and you have to collapse on them, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So I feel that
I think the same applies to Amplified as well.
Yes, perfect comparison. And the biggest deal is that is when you get, I feel like the kill normally towards the top gold side of purple, that guy is normally holding down all of purple trees. So after you infiltrate, after you take that guy down, it's very easy to infiltrate that whole side. You can go through the top of purple, you can go bottom of gold, and at that point, you're really taking all of the focus off of ring 3. You're taking off all the focus off of ring 1 and off of blue. So by doing that, it allows everyone else to kind of just seed in there and cause such a problem.
Right. I think the way that purple's made up of this network of one big tunnel and then the smaller areas lends itself well, because presuming your teammates have grenades left over, you can really just trap enemies in there. I think that's a really good example. But it's interesting how the other parts of the map don't necessarily lend itself well to that collapse style, right? Beach is a little bit spread out. There's a little bit too much cover to hide behind. Even blue stairs and gold, there's a lot of different areas. So I think purple is really that one place where if you see opponents there, and if we see during this game that opponents are weak in purple, we're going to see a lot of teams pushing. However, you know, even when you have enemies weak ring 3, because of the way ring 3 is built and because it's so powerful, there's never a time where you know I can absolutely push ring 3 safely, right?
There isn't.
Players might assess the risk and then push because they think they can grab 2 kills. However, there's rarely a time where a team is confident in saying, I'm going to push ring 3, and it's 100% the right play. And
just to reinforce that is just now with the addition of all the automatic weapons, you know, with the storm rifle, with the suppressor, with the assault rifle, there's so many weapons and so much variety for you to use when you do have that ring 3, ring 2 control. You know, if someone is going to push up main ramp, you can kind of let him push up there, because if you got that close range combat, he's going to have to get a very quick 2-shot beatdown to kind of, you know, render you useless, and it's extremely hard to, you know, to really execute that play when you're not, you know, on your toes. So
we did see a nice hard light shield 2-shot beatdown in that reality check series, though. That was really cool to see. I couldn't believe they pulled it off. But let's go ahead and get this match started. This Abandoned Team Slayer BTH versus Warriors Game 2. You guys are watching AGL 7 live from Knoxville, Tennessee. Thanks for tuning in on Twitch. My name is Bravo. Guest commentating here with my good friend Ghost Ayami, who you may know as a former professional player, national champion, and now designer of the Team Throwdown playlist. We're extremely excited to have you with us. Make sure you're heading to your favorite social networks and let your friends know that you're checking out AGL 7. I believe the hashtag we're using for the weekend is hashtag AGL 7.
Yes, sir. Well, with that said, let's start it off here with Abandoned Team Slayer Warriors taking on Believe the Hype.
Now, Ghost, off the start here, for players who might not have watched the most recent version of Abandoned or played it, what can we expect from these two teams on Abandoned?
Well, you're going to see an initial rush right for the overshield, just like in a couple of the game times. Anytime that the overshield is on the map, everyone knows that it's so crucial to grab, especially off the beginning. It gives you that double, I guess, almost 3 times the amount of shields that you normally have.
Right.
So with that said, it's huge in the beginning. And what we have here with the spawn placement is that both teams have an equal opportunity to get it. Now, they have to make a series of jumps and execute them perfectly to get them. But if you do, it's very exciting.
Right, we saw Pistola have a really nice jump straight off of the box onto the ramp and able to sneak that overshield right away, and they pretty much controlled it for the rest of the game. So I'm excited to see how this opening rush starts off. And we're actually going to be starting off with Ninja here, as he's going to be spawning, I believe, on purple side. We'll see if he's able to push through.
All right. Well, let's see what he does here. Now, I know that he's a big fan of the railgun, but it doesn't start off in the beginning, so it looks like he's just taking shots on Blaze.
I think Blaze stays alive, and let's make sure that he does.
And he actually ended up getting the overshield.
So I like the opening there from Warriors. There was a smart play there, tons of shots on Blaze, but Blaze makes that perfect jump from the rock to the platform. Now he's got overshield. Let's see if Ninja can make him pay. Blaze with a nice jump there. Hey, windmilling a little bit.
Oh, man. Wow.
Oh, my gosh. Ninja and trades with him and lets him know that he embarrassed him. Blaze coming through there with, I believe, at least 70% of the overshield remaining comes through there, and Ninja keeps his team in the game now. Now they're only down by 2, and they've got numbers around gold.
And you see him coming in to help out APG and collapse on the guy's top gold, make sure that they start getting control. Now what we see here is Ninja has sniper. He's trying to make sure that that no one else comes and tries to take it. But Believe the Hype is being extremely aggressive right now.
Right, Cloud, a nice push here on Ninja. Really nice shots there, even getting away with throwing 1 grenade and not getting punished. Usually Ninja will take that opportunity to hit that quick scope or that no scope. We've seen it so many times on his stream. But right now, a nice setup. Oh, it looks like both shots there unable to connect.
Yeah, he almost tried to do a little bit of a Halo 2 sweep sniper that didn't work out for Lethal. But once again, he is one of those players that normally hits those shots, so expect that in the future for sure.
Yeah, interesting push here from BTH. We're watching Lethal point of view right now, and even though their team had 2 dead, Lethal still pushes up, puts some shots in, and drops down. So knowing exactly when to push in, how many shots to deal out. Ooh, a nice job there, hitting the double melee on APG. He's going to want to stay alive, as you can bet that Bradley is calling calling him out, letting his team know that he's there, but kind of staying low, and you have to wonder what it's going to take for them to push up top. But runs into Legit and Ninja, ooh, and gets triple team there. So a really nice way, really agile play there from Warriors. That there was a single call out. You can bet that Legit, while he's sprinting away, is calling out that he's getting shot at, and you see within seconds, 2 players from Warriors come out and kill
and
Lethal
now we have
there.
Lethal setting up for the overshield. It should be dropping any second now. It's going to spawn right on this oak tree, and he got an extremely clutch kill right there on Goofy, and now he ends up picking up the overshield at 12:53. So the next one will be up 2 minutes from then, and with that, we're going to see them kind of take over gold. Now on the right side of the screen, you'll see. Wow.
Legit there with the charged plasma pistol tried to sneak around and get that kill, and now Ninja popping up with the needles and takes off his whole overshield. A nice job there. So that's not a terrible play. Takes off the entire overshield once again. So Ninja, the denier of the overshield so far this game.
Yeah, he does not let anyone have that. I mean, I've talked to him many a times. He's always picking up the plasma vessels. He's always picking up the needle. Even the light rifle, any way, shape, or form that he can melt the overshield, he's telling his team to do it.
Legit sneaking in a nice 2-shot melee. Right now we're watching Blaze point of view. His team is tied 16-16, and he's got the sniper back in purple now. Ghost, this is an area you and I were talking about quite a bit. Oh, nice job delay that shot on APG, and sees another player ring one, but his team picks that up. Now they're up 19-17, so they've got some top control, and right here is where they kind of maybe want to slow it down a little bit, right?
Yeah,
they're a little bit all over the place.
He is, now Blaze has 15 shots in his sniper rifle, okay? That is pretty much grounds for running away. I mean, anytime you have 15 shots, you never want to put yourself in a position like he just did. And now he has, we have Ninja who has railgun sniper.
They call this the Ninja combo.
Yes, they do.
We had the T2 combo in games of old with Rocket Sniper, but he's keeping this railgun alive, so a teammate can perhaps grab it.
And
as
I guess
you see,
he wants
cycling
sniper more than railgun, which is pretty surprising to me. I know that whenever we play team doubles, it's always that I have to grab the sniper and he's grabbing the railgun, and that's fine with me because the guy's just a monster with the railgun.
Right, and he keeps that storm rifle, switches it out so you can bet that one of his teammates has the railgun. So a nice job to spread the wealth and the economy there. They're down by 1. Nice shot there on Lethal. That's going to give his team a chance to push up if they want to, but we're now 3v3 once again, and that new overshield is actually going to be coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, that'll be up at 10:53, right on the mark. So we're going to see now Ninja trying to set up, make sure that no one gets it, while B. Rizzo Legit trying to make a play. Oh my God, unbelievably clutch. Quick scope right there. Not something that is too common to see in Halo 4. A lot of people go for the no scope, but
and that earns APG the overshield right there. You see that player was ready to pick up the overshield. Ninja getting clutch, and although his team is down by 1 kill right now, APG able to secure that overshield. You can bet that if he didn't hit that shot, BTH would have the overshield and a much bigger lead.
Yes, and right now we have Ninja grabbing the sniper rifle. It really looks like everything's, we're gonna and at every length for them. And now he's holding top gold, making sure that no one knows where he's at. But the problem is here, guys, is in Halo 4, when you get hit with a grenade, you have to be conscious of the hit marker that the opponent just received. So when you get hit with that, realize that you need to get out of there. He knows that you're there, and it's time to move.
Right, Ninja showing off a nice little jump from if you guys haven't played on this map too much or haven't played a lot of Team Throwdown, you might not know about that jump. You can actually sprint jump up into that little purple cave, which can be really useful. Nice job there, cleaning up 1 kill. But slowly but surely, BTH getting a little bit more and more of a lead. And this is what we talked about earlier, you can, oh my goodness, a crazy triple shot right there. A triple team shot, excuse me, from Believe the Hype. They're now up by 4. That was almost split second final boss Beaver Creek style.
Yeah, that was pretty unreal. Now the other thing that we haven't seen really play a role yet in this map is the scatter shot. Now it is back beach. We haven't seen people taking advantage of it yet, but I do see Cloud and Maniac kind of going back and forth with the automatic rifles. So again, you're going to see a lot of people just trying to get in those close quarters combat.
Yeah, I tell you, I like where Lethal is with the sniper rifle right now. I believe he's pretty sure there's a guy in ring too, but now we have both teams trading 1 player each, so 35-32 with just over 9 minutes left in the game. It's going to be interesting to see how this ends up with Overshield coming up pretty soon once again.
Yeah, and with only about, I think, 7 or 8 seconds of the Overshield, I'd say we take it to an Astro, listen in, and see how crazy it's going to get.
Blue bridge. At purple also. At blue, dude. Above me. At blue.
Where at blue?
Blue bridge.
I'm at ring 3, guys. Where that? They got rail. I'm
Top ring 3, left. Ring 3 left.
behind
I spawned dirt. I spawned beach.
I got shots.
I'm at gold.
I need help.
Spawned beach.
Ring 2 and a half. One shot front gold ninja. One shot front gold ninja.
Top gold. Ring 3, dead.
One shot ring 37. Stay alive. One shot ring 1.
Ring 3 was shotty.
Yo, chill.
Top gold
Ring
railgun. Top gold railgun. They got me.
Alright. What time's OS? They got sniper. I got 2.
Yeah, they got OS.
Not up for a while.
At purple. Yeah, I know. Like,
I'm
just saying
blue.
what time when.
They got that 50.
They have a snipe.
I'm watching purple
they have
window.
a sniper.
So, hey, TJ, watch my screen. I watch yours. I'm watching ring 1. They're Rail sniping. He's sniping. I'm
Try to wait
watch
for
blue.
this
Watch
over
blue.
Blueberry's railgun.
Watch
Blueberry's railgun. Goofy.
No, he backed up. Ring 1 weak. Ring 1 weak.
Call out
might
everything,
push
guys.
purple.
Ninja sniping at
Blue
purple.
trailer.
I'm getting.
I'm right here. Watching blue bridge.
Still gonna be sniping at purple. Kinda need to just
Sniping
wait
blue
for this
bridge.
OV.
Sniping blue bridge.
Where's he
Ring 2. Ring 2. Another guy
Top
top gold.
gold.
Watch legit for me.
He's sniping purple bridge.
Ninja. Shoot legit. Shoot legit. Shoot legit.
Purple bridge. Sniping purple bridge. One shot. Purple bridge is challenging. Weak.
Ring 2.
We're just
Ring
weak. We're just weak. We're just
One
weak.
shot ring 3.
Purple.
Two ring
Another
three.
guy purple sniping. Another guy purple. Railgun spawn.
1 shot ring 3. Ninja. I got sniped at purple.
He's sniping purple. Purple bridge. One shot,
guys
Goofy.
Mystery box, 2 of them.
There's 2 there.
One
I
shot,
spawned.
ring 1. Goofy.
One shot, Ninja. There's 2 here. There's 2 here. There's 2 here. There's 3.
I got one.
3 there. Gauge jump. Gauge jump. Weak.
Gauge jump again. Gauge jump again.
No one.
Boxes with rail.
Railgun. Ring 3. 2 ring 3. Boxes.
I got no 1 shot front gold legit.
One shot. Ring 1.
2 guys. I'm coming.
Can't die. Blue bridge,
Run
Ninja.
ring 1.
Ring 2, Ninja.
I'm pushing
Ring
purple.
2, 1 shot,
Yeah, he's
Ninja.
got railgun. He got me.
Another guy.
Purple
Ring
bridge.
2 weak.
Purple
Ring 2
bridge,
weak.
Goofy.
Sniping at
Sniping
purple.
Sniping at
Got
purple.
me.
Ovi, dude.
Sniping at
Stay
purple.
alive for this.
I'm pushing
Ring
this guy
2.
purple.
Need a ring 2. Dude, I'm getting sniped
Another
at
guy.
purple.
Ninja's 1
One
shot.
shot.
1 shots.
We
Snipers.
ABG's
He went
gauge
miss.
up.
Gauge jump. Another guy purple bridge. Purple bridge again.
Ring 3.
Ring 2.
I killed ABG.
I'm on legit.
Down ring 1.
With just 1 shot.
I died. Ring 1. Goofy, 1 shot.
Goofy's 1 shot.
God.
We had them all 1 shot.
Dude, I don't have game sound.
What do you mean?
I had game sound. Game started. It fucking went away.
Really?
Yeah.
Press the surround sound button.
That didn't do it.
And we are back here, AGL 7 Knoxville. Ghost Yami joined by Bravo. We just witnessed an unbelievable finish with that game too. And Andy, what did you think with you know how that was going down? It was back and forth for the whole game.
Yeah, I think it was, and I think Warriors, as we saw them grab just about every overshield, with the exception of the first, they really set the standard for the entire game, right? Ninja hitting every snipe he needed to, that player on ring 2, that player who was on overshield, hitting a few clutch railgun kills as well, even taking off the overshields that Believe the Hype did get. So a really impressive performance from there as they go up now in the Series 2-0.
Correct, and we saw really what I wanted to highlight is just how big of a deal the overshield is. Now, we all know Pitt Team Slayer, Pitt capture the flag, how massive the overshield was. You know, when you got it, and especially a full one, because back in those days, you could burn it if you were a little bit no shields. It wouldn't give you the full overshield, but with this in Halo 4, you just grab it and you're invincible for not only 2 seconds, but you also have those triple shields. So it's a massive swing, especially when teams are just so close. It's really the power weapons that separate you from the pack.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you think about back to the days of when we keep talking about it because there are so much stories built around the Halo 3 game types, but when you knew there was an overshield player coming through under bridge or coming your runway, you know, you knew that you had to throw together something special in order to stop it. And I think it's great to see that once again because it creates these central control points that really are important to teams, right? If they know if they don't get the overshield, for example, Ninja taking his attention away from the player who was bottom blue back beach and instead diverting it to the player who was on overshield, hits that quick scope. It's a huge play of the game. So once again, we're fortunate to see a lot of Ninja gameplay, and he's also going off in these big clutch game-saving situations.
Yeah, and a lot of that I attribute really to the amount of time that the guy plays.
Absolutely.
One of the things that T-Squared was always stressing was, hey, you know what? If you practice as hard as you possibly can, if you go out and you know you're scrimming every night, you're going over strategy with your team, you're talking to your team on the phone in between, and then maybe even you have a couple lands set up. Going into the tournament, you can't help but think, I'm prepared.
Right.
I'm ready for this.
Yeah, and I think what that also does is it prepares you for so many different scenarios, right? Think about how many times, if we're looking at Abandon, how many different ways can an opening rush happen, right? How many different setups can you have for that overshield? How many different setups can you have on the map, period? So the sheer amount of games that you play are going to give you so much more exposure into how situations can unfold, right? You'll be better with the mind games that you're playing with players. You'll know what they're thinking, and you can start to get into that. And that's where we see the metagame develop.
Correct.
it's a testament the amount that Ninja and a lot of his teammates play.
Yes, correct.
You can see just purely on his live stream that he's gone through these scenarios time and time again.
That Big Daddy team mentality.
Right.
Right,
so now Station 9 kicking it off with more Ninja point of view. He's going to go straight right up here and try to head straight around top middle. Now, it's interesting that we've seen it used to be the players rush right in for Station 9, right? It was everyone inside and a bunch of grenades exploding. Now we see a lot more flanking and a little bit more patience right here. It looks like Ninja's going to, APG getting this extract now.
Yep, and that was perfectly executed right there by Warriors. They did a great job doing a couple of flanks and not really just pushing forwards like we have seen in the earlier rounds of Station 9. Now we have a lot of guys set up and just making sure that no one gives them any trouble. Now Cloud just got flanked right there with the rocket, perfect rocket, and one left, and it looks like he's looking
right behind the back.
Legit. Got him.
Nice job.
Nice
Legit not getting
there.
fooled there. A nice job, and his team still has his top mid control, so I think on these 18 seconds left, that's a nice job by how important there goes is it that Legit stays alive and doesn't overextend himself toward the middle.
Yeah, and what that does is allows him now to take control of this bottom green. He's gonna go down here, and he's eventually gonna flank because he knows that they're gonna spawn down here at blue. So look at that, just cleans up Cloud. He knows what's going on here, and he got that last extraction point. And he tried to
started the Ninja extract, and I think he might have been able to get that if he kept that going.
Yeah, the nade just kind of threw him off there.
Right, a nice play, but I like how his team, you can tell his team communicated that extraction would be fine, right? They had them top middle protected, whether it was their coach, whether it was a teammate looking at a death screen and counting how many were dead. They told him to push down there, so I think they were just a few seconds away from getting that second extraction started. So I already love the kind of communication that we can see just by watching their gameplay.
Yeah, and it's gone back and forth right now with this B extraction point. With only a 3-second initial arm, it doesn't take too long to get it, active in your favor, but they just have not found enough of a reason to start planning yet. So with that said, we're still watching Legit. He's doing his best to keep Cloud at bay, and I've never seen this angle before.
Oh my goodness, that's incredible. Yeah, that is awesome. And you know what's so interesting there, Ghost? I was worried because he had thrown those two perfect initial nades with frags, right? Correct. That angle he's on the ramp, he can throw perfect frags bouncing in the extraction. However, he only had plasmas left, so he wasn't going to be able to get grenades that were as good. However, backing up into that corner, you can tell that Cloud had no more room to go. Like, he was actually hitting those shots, and thankfully he had help from bottom green, but really incredible angle. So it's cool to see this game type evolve so quickly over the weekend. And
just something as simple as Legit getting that kill enabled the rest of his squad to appropriately kind of collapse on that B extraction point, and then they extracted it themselves. So now we see Legit doing the best to take all the time that he can.
Oh my goodness!
Up a quick kill on Lethal. It was crucial right there to allow his team to respawn and then push back to this B extraction.
Right, and now Ninja and Goofy are here to stop this as well. There's 12 seconds left, but two players rushing in from Believe the Hype. We'll see if they're able to stop it both weeks. So look, I think Goofy's going to use this angle as well and cleans up the headshot there. Might jump back out to try to finish him. Cloud's going to maybe go back for this. There's 1 second left. They do not get the stop, and that's going to be the second extraction for Warriors. Really nice play. Look at that. I mean, that's another example. We just talked about it before this game goes. Knowing about that angle, twice they use that on that individual extraction point, and it gets them that second go-ahead point.
Yep, perfect. And we saw Lethal actually pick up the rockets top middle. Eventually he got cleaned up without getting any off. So now Legit has rockets. He just dropped a hard
and here's the maybe. Tries to go for the melee, and unfortunately taken out there. So maybe wanted to kill that one shot first, but a nice play there from Goofy to
I believe that was Legit.
Okay, yeah, Legit to take out that one last player. I wasn't sure, confused by the death camps, but it looks like BTH, yes, they do get that extraction, so that's going to give the Warrior squad 45 seconds to hit this convert. Keep in mind, they are all the way across the map, so it's really important, Ghost, here that they stay alive as they push, right? They have time, and they need to just get map control and then push in for the convert.
Yes, and we saw Goofy taking a different approach. What you're going to see now in this gameplay is they're going to be taking these flank routes. Previously, in the beginning stages of Station 9, a lot of people are just charge, shoot the best you can, and use teamwork to the best of your capabilities. But now we have a lot of people using the flank routes. Originally, there were some teleporters that were installed on the Station 9 for V4, but they were taken out because of just how big of a deal the flanks are without it.
Right, and now we're looking at, I think, Blaze POV, and they do get, Warriors gets the convert again, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
so that will be a very last second convert. I think we were less than 5 seconds left. So really taking control of this game now. We're on Blaze's point of view. He has help around here. He's going to try to get this convert. His teammates are around here, but Legit just laying down light rifle fire across the map, and he's going to try to strong side away from this, but I guess Legit is no longer around. and does not get the convert. We have 28 seconds left and 2 players die. You see Warriors getting pretty excited about
right
that.
There, that just shows you how big of a deal this Halo 4 update was. We just saw the light rifle absolutely dominate across the entire map. It killed, Blaze, and also I believe it was lethal going through the extraction points, and it was almost effortless.
And Cloud actually going for the convert here. Let's see if he's able to get it. But the convert is stopped. Just a few seconds left. 4 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. That's probably going to be point number 3 for the Warriors. They get it, and look at this, legit already on D. Gets that D extraction now. If they're able to protect here, they're going to go up by 4. So really commanding presence here in this Station 9 extraction game. You can tell the Warriors has played this game perhaps a few more times than this BTH squad.
And legit is extremely aware of where these next extraction points are going. I mean, I can't stress it enough how big of a deal it is to realize to leave the point that you're about to finish extracting and then move on to the next one. And right now, legit is just playing out of his mind. He's making every play right. He's gotten rockets. He's helping out his team. He flanks. He's getting the extraction points. I mean, I can't say enough about him.
Yeah, right here watching down Red Hall, nice job. You can bet that he had a call out that made him stick around there because he knew these rockets were coming up, so he wanted to continue watching that red hallway. But now with rockets in the hands of Goofy, I believe, that extraction point will go. Now 4-0 Warriors. They're not. As soon as this game started, they didn't look back once. They've had full control of the extraction points and of the map just about the entire game.
And the rockets is another big deal that I just can't highlight it enough. The coach of Warriors, Coach Calvin Overkill, he's doing a great job making sure that they're getting every single power weapon, every single power up, and it's just, again, I stressed it last game on Abandoned, and I'm going to stress it again, man. The power weapons are what separates you sometimes from these top players and how good their shots are.
Excellent play there from Goofy as he pushes down towards this extraction point. He's staying right here. He's going to be able to stay alive probably. I just see 2 players coming, surprising, and he just pulls the rockets out of the back pocket. Cool, calm, and collected. Does not panic. Only 12 seconds left, and they're going to go ahead and win this in less than 8 minutes.
Impressive. Normally, when I'm in that scenario right there, I kind of freak out a little bit, miss a shot or 2, and then end up giving away rockets.
Right, they're on that extract. He's going to go down. That's actually going to be 5-0, and you can bet that they are pretty confident coming out of that match. An extraction match to 5 under 8 minutes. Actually, only just over 7 minutes. Probably the fastest extraction match I've seen as well, especially at this level.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about Believe the Hype versus Warriors, and I did not expect to see it go that quickly on Game 3. But nevertheless, Warriors proven that they have practiced that game type a lot.
Right, and it really just felt like Warriors knew what to do.